Tracking the nation tonight, Elon Musk has officially taken control of Twitter, ousting many of the company's top executives in the process. Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Cody Proctor with your 10 at 10. Mark is off tonight. According to the Associated Press, the CEO, the chief financial officer, and Twitter's general counsel are all no longer with the company. The deal closed within the last few hours. They were reportedly escorted from the building as soon as it happened. The major personnel moves are expected to be the first of many changes made by Musk, who says he can increase Twitter's subscriber base and revenue.
I mean, he wants to do all these big things. At the same time, he wants to cut 75% of all the people that currently work there. I don't think, the crystal ball on this is still very, very shiny, right? I really don't. I don't know where we're going to be 6 months from now.
It's unclear at this time if all the paperwork for the $44 billion deal has been signed, but Musk is now in charge of Twitter. In other news tonight, new developments in the January 6th investigation. Investigators looking into the attack will be interviewing Secret Service agents and officials. This includes Tony Ornato, the now retired agency official who was inside former President Donald Trump's Suburban as he urged them to drive him to the Capitol as rioters arrived. Also being called for an interview, the lead Secret Service agent for former Vice President Pence on January 6th, who helped him escape the mob. Well, into our newsroom tonight, a suspect's been arrested for stabbing in Coeur d'Alene this evening. 40-year-old Brandon White was arrested by the Kootenai County Sheriff's Office after a woman reported she had been stabbed. The incident happened at around 5 o'clock this evening. According to the Kootenai County Sheriff's Office, the man fled the scene before they arrived. He was found by Idaho State Police a short time after. The Sheriff's Office says White was taken into custody without further incident. Right now, the woman's status is unknown. New tonight, Spokane's Cliff Cannon neighborhood met this evening to discuss a vote for historical status. If the neighborhood decides to pursue historical status, new buildings would be restricted, including any additional affordable housing. The streets bordering the district are Walnut Street, 6th Street, up to 13th Street, and Lincoln Street.
What the effort to me is about is preserving those aspects that make this neighborhood so special, and doing it in a way that can really support and enhance the city's really imperative push for expansion of housing and density.
The neighborhood has until November 11th to vote on the proposal. If it passes, it must go through a few more approval processes before the final vote with the city council. They currently need 65 votes. If anyone eligible to vote has lost their ballot, they can find a link to it on our website at KREM.com. Well, let's take a break from the headlines right now and talk weather. We saw a beautiful day today, a little cool temperatures, but as we head into tomorrow, might not be the case. Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Legoo standing by for us tonight in the Weather Center. And what can you tell us tonight, Jeremy?
Well, we got a big change in the weather pattern in the works as we head into the weekend. We'll talk about that coming up in your full forecast, but for now, just know it's this. A nice cool evening here in town. 44 degrees is where we currently sit in Spokane. And the reason we're staying a little warmer than we have the past couple nights is that wind out of the south-southeast at 13 miles per hour. It will continue to gust up near 20 miles per hour overnight. And tomorrow, looking pretty breezy as well. We'll eventually see those winds calming through the afternoon. But yes, we are squeezing out every bit of wind we currently can ahead of our next little shortwave of energy. We'll see a couple of scattered bands of moisture early in the morning, but the real event kind of happens in the middle of the day. We'll get swept with that shortwave, and as it moves out, a few lingering showers as we head into early Saturday, but for the most part, it is looking much drier as we get into the weekend. Friday, mostly cloudy, scattered showers. Saturday, mostly cloudy, mild, should be dry. Wind picks back up Sunday.
Jeremy, thank you so much. Well, this afternoon, the Spokane City Council declared an emergency, abruptly ending its contract with the Guardians Foundation. Now, the Salvation Army will take over the $6.5 million contract the city initially agreed to with the Guardians. KREM 2's Kyle Simchuk explains why the city's partnering with the new agency.
Well, Salvation Army will officially take over November 1st, but staff are planning to visit both shelters as early as today. The city says there will be no interruption in services, and while the decision to part ways with the Guardians was difficult, it was necessary.
Less than 2 months after being awarded a multi-million-dollar contract with the city, the Guardians Foundation is out.
There are clear discrepancies in accounting practices.
City Administrator Johnny Perkins told council members several irregularities were found in payroll and expense reports the Guardian submitted, asking the city for reimbursement. Those were then put under the microscope several weeks ago after the city learned a former Guardian's employee may have embezzled $118,000 over the course of several years.
There are clear violations of the current contract. Therefore, a change needs to be made right now.
Councilman Zach Sapone pressed Perkins, asking why these discrepancies weren't flagged earlier. He also questioned if the city's process of vetting nonprofits is as effective as it needs to be.
We're taking a hard look at all of our protocols, all of our reviews.
By declaring an emergency today, council members were able to bypass the bidding process and ensure that service at both shelters is uninterrupted.
The last RFP cycle, the Salvation Army was the second applicant, of two, along with the Guardians.
The Salvation Army will take over the same contract Guardian signed with the city. That contract was originally $6.5 million. Major Ken Perrine thanked council members and said the Salvation Army's goal remains the same, to help people move forward no matter what they're struggling with.
It is our intention to take over the track and cannon contracts as is the way they are right now. We do want to spend a little bit of time to look at how they were doing things and if that fits within the Salvation Army methods.
And the Salvation Army says they'll offer jobs to staff already at the shelter working under the Guardians. KREM 2 reached out to Guardian CEO Mike Shaw yesterday and again today for comment. We have not heard back.
Kyle, thank you so much. Let's move on now to Night Beat with a quick look at the day's top stories. Spokane police are defending their actions after officers shot and killed a man they say was holding a knife to a child earlier this year. Now, for the first time, we're getting an inside look at those moments leading up to that moment. Body camera footage from Officer Corrigan Mahandro shows there was just 5 minutes between the moment he left his car to when he shot at 23-year-old Peterson Camo. Coming up in about 10 minutes, KREM 2's Janelle Finch is showing us more of that footage and breaking down what was said today by police. This morning, the city of Colville started moving its homeless population to an empty lot, a site that's taken them 3 months to set up. The city says it's to enforce stricter camping laws. Right now, people being moved say the city was only offering help for them for today.
Them only giving us 2 days notice that we're got to leave or we're going to be arrested and our stuff impounded and then we lose everything we own because who's got the money to get it out, Nobody.
The mayor of Colville says the new location is not meant to be permanent. People can only stay for 3 weeks at a time. And the NTSB issued an urgent safety recommendation to the FAA regarding the type of plane that crashed near Whidbey Island earlier this year. 10 people were killed over Labor Day weekend, including Spokane civil rights advocate Sandy Williams and her partner Patricia Hicks. The NTSB found there was a crucial lock ring missing from the plane. Officials are now asking the FAA to require anyone operating a DHC-3 Otter float plane to inspect that part of the plane. If the FAA acts on this, the planes could be grounded immediately until inspections could occur. And that was your Night Beat. To learn more about any of these stories, text the word NIGHT to 509-448-2000. We'll send them right to your phone. Consumer news for you tonight. A group of state attorneys general is asking Albertsons to pump the brakes on sending out billions in special dividend payments to shareholders. Earlier this month, Coeur announced it was buying Albertsons for $20 billion. The merger included an amount up to $4 billion that Albertsons would then pay its shareholders in just a few weeks. Now, this proposed pause would mean shareholders wouldn't receive the extra payout until the merger is finished in 2024. The attorneys general behind the letter says the pause is necessary because handing over that amount of money would take away from the cash the company needs to operate while the merger is under review. And that was KREM 2 News 10 at 10, where you get more news and less time. But don't go to bed just yet. Body camera footage shedding light on a past case. We show you the moments before and the reaction from Spokane police. Plus, be sure to tune into KREM 2 this Sunday for a key town hall discussion between Senator Patty Murray and challenger Tiffany Smiley heading into the midterm elections. To find out how to watch at 5 p.m., check us out online at KREM 2 Plus.